Welcome back. All right, so Tuesday, the Stanley Cup will be in the building. This is heading back to Las Vegas. The series is 3 games to 1. Honestly, a lot of fight back from Florida. The problem was they fell behind, and Vegas is pretty good with the lead. That being said, again, I thought Florida gave everything they had, but in the end, they end up coming up short. Let's go through it. So it was Hill versus Bobrovsky. No lineup changes going into this game at all. Barbashev has a blast that's held. Carlson has a shot that's kicked aside. There was a net feed to Howden, near miss there. And yeah, it was all Vegas. At 1:39, they get the lead. Stevenson kind of walks in and wires it from the slot during a Panthers line change. So bad line change there, and Vegas makes him pay. Whitecloud and Stone with the assists. That was the fourth shot on net for Vegas. Florida had none. So we can talk about the rest of the game, but that really is something that, Florida's going to look back on and just, it's going to drive them nuts, really. So Eric Stahl then can't bury one in close as the Panthers press to answer. Montour then fires one wide. Pietrangelo has a net drive chance, that saved. Tkachuk couldn't bury one as the Panthers are getting some chances to tie here. Near miss for Carrier as both teams are starting to get some chances. I thought this was pretty wide open through a lot of this. That being said, it was also very entertaining. Near miss Carrier, Barkov has a chance kicked aside. Long stretch without a whistle. Hill denies Tkachuk as the Panthers press. The teams exchange rushes. Verhaeghe has a shot that's held. The shots are 8-5 in favor of Vegas with 9 minutes left. And I had to throw this in here because I thought it was getting obnoxious. The amount of DraftKings commercials for those of us in Canada are getting absolutely insane. It's every single intermission, like every single commercial break. It's during the game too, and it's only eligible to be used in Ontario in Canada. It's only in Ontario, and all of Canada has to watch these commercials every 10 seconds. I had to throw that in there. It just drove me nuts. Martinez then has a point shot that deflects wide. Barkov has a slot shot that deflects out. Smith then has a rush chance that saved. Pietrangelo has a shot that's held as Vegas presses. Howden then has a tip shot that saved. Vegas with some momentum at this point. Theodore has a shot that's blocked. His next chance was held. Raw nearly catches Bobrovsky out of the net, but he misses wide on that chance. Tkachuk is then denied from the side of the net, and Vegas would press to close it. So after the first period, it's 1-0. And with the amount of chances generated by both, kind of a surprise there's only one goal in that first period, but both goaltenders, I thought, played well in this one. Second period, early jump for the Panthers. Marchessault has a rush chance, that's held. Lomberg has a net feed that deflects out. Stevenson has a slot shot, that's held. Mark Stahl has a net feed picked off. The fans call when the referee doesn't, and then Vegas gets a power play on that same play. So as the play continues, the ref, you suck chant gets going, but it was Wes McCauley, so he let them play tonight. There really were not, there was 2 power plays in the entire game. And again, people who complain there's too many, they will then complain there's too few. Hockey fans are never happy with the officiating. That's just never a thing. Early clear by the Panthers. Vegas has issues setting up. They go offside. Theodore fires one wide. They cycle. That power play's killed off just the one shot on net for Vegas during that. And there was cheers for a good penalty kill, which Florida hasn't really had throughout these playoffs. Smith's then denied on a turnover chance. Florida presses at 6 minutes, but the shots are 4-1 for Vegas 6.5 minutes in. Stevenson nearly adds one, but passes it. And really, you should have shot it there. But then, during that same set of plays, Stevenson ends up getting his second goal of the game anyways. It's a one-timer from the high slot. Great pass by Stone to see him there. Howden with the secondary assist, that's at 7:28. So, a play where you could say, well, Stevenson should have shot there, but before you've even really got that thought out of your mouth, he scores anyways. Vegas then presses for another. Barkov has a rush chance that's held. Things get pushy on an offside. There really wasn't any of that tonight until, game's over, and then boom. Near miss then for Verhaeghe on his own rebound. Marchessault has a chance to deflects high. There's a press by Vegas, and then after a good save, Carlson buries a rebound at 11:04. Haig and Marchessault with the assists. That makes it 3-0 in favor of the Vegas Golden Knights. And Vegas in these playoffs, 14-0 when they score 3 or more goals. So now if you're Florida, you're really up against it. Smith's then denied on a 3-on-2 as they're looking for a fourth. Forsling has a shot that's blocked. Lindell is denied. There's a press by Vegas with 7 minutes left. Marchessault fires one off the crossbar, so we were that close to 4-0. Theodore then has a chance kicked aside. Vegas in control. The fans call one. The referee doesn't. And that was the case tonight. Both teams got away with stuff. I saw like a holding play by Florida in the third that wasn't called that normally you'd probably see called. But again, as long as the players understand the standard, I don't think it makes a huge difference. It's when the standard changes in the middle of the game that players go kind of crazy. So Carlson has a rush that's defended. Vegas out-shooting, out-blocking Florida. And also, the hits were 2-1 in favor of Vegas at that point in the game, too. They were 22-11 at that point. And just, Vegas is dominating in every way possible and up 3-0. But at 16:09, a fluky one goes in, and that's really what you needed here. Montour from Barkov and Lundell. Montour flings it at the net, and it double deflects, ends up going off Theodore's skate last and into the net. So no chance for Adin Hill there. Eichel then takes a puck to the back of the net. He exits. And so we're going to the third period with the score 3-1 in favor of Vegas. They're very good leading going into the third in these playoffs. Now, Eichel and Duclair were not on their respective benches to start the period. They would return, though. So, Forsling has a shot that's blocked. Ekblad is blocked as well. Florida with the edge early on, but they can't get to the net. Vegas doing a good job of blocking at that point. Cousins has a turnover chance. That gets saved. Roy then fires one high on a 2-on-1. Cousins has a shot that's held. There's a near miss for Lomberg from the slot. And then, on a rush, Barkov scores his first goal of the Stanley Cup final from Montour and Lundell at 3:49. And so suddenly it's a one-goal game. The crowd's really excited. They're really into it. And you got the feeling that maybe this game could end up getting tied up, like the last one. Carrier's then denied. A rebound goes wide. Vegas presses after that. Lomberg to Cousins gets picked off. Then there's a near miss for Verhaeghe. The Panthers press, but they're kept to the outside. Barkov couldn't bury one with Hill down. There was a bunch of bodies in front of the net. Eichel's denied from the slot. Bobrovsky holds there. Mark Stahl then had a net drive. That was defended. Lundell has a chance. That's held. Again, both goalies, I thought, did a good job tonight. Bennett nearly ties it. Couldn't get his stick on the puck, though. Vegas clears it out. Good, desperate hockey by the Panthers as we get into the second half of that third period. Marchessault and Barbashev were then denied back-to-back. Absolutely fantastic play. Just they were unable to put that past Bobrovsky. There's a press by Vegas with 3 minutes left. The Panthers get pinned down for a while, but they would get that clear, and they would end up getting a whistle to get the goalie pulled with 2:26 left. They cycle. Verhaeghe just whiffs on one at the net. Things get punchy on a whistle with 1:29 left, and the punchiness is because Florida didn't know where the whistle went. Neither did the announcers, and neither do I. And I don't know if Wes McCauley knows why he blew the whistle there. He just did. So, and that was while Florida had the puck. So, yeah, that was something that, I mean, that's tough, right? Verhaeghe then has a shot that's blocked, and with 45.7 seconds left, with a face-off just outside Vegas' zone, Florida calls a timeout. Announcers, again, kind of surprised that the goaltender doesn't go back in, but it's the Stanley Cup final. There's less than a minute left. You do not have time to put the goalie in and then try to get him out again. That process of getting the goalie out leaves so much vulnerability, you're better off leaving it 6-on-5. There are times during a game where they put the goalie back in for that neutral zone faceoff, and I'm thinking, all right, so the game's over then because now they don't have that advantage. So after that, the Panthers, they can't get set up. Vegas is blocking, giving them very little. 17.4 seconds left, though. There's a delay game call. That makes it a 6-on-4. The Panthers were 0 for 12 in the series. This is their first power play of the night, and they're unable to get to the net. They just run out of time. They set up okay, but they just ran out of time. And then at the horn, all heck breaks loose. And so we'll see if anything comes out of that. If the NHL finds anybody to say, hey, let's cut this off before the fifth game. Or considering there's an extra day off again between games 4 and 5, maybe you just let them cool down. So Vegas wins this one 3-2. Again, they're up 3-1 going home. My 3 stars, because again, the 3 stars weren't populated at the time that I finished this up. Chandler Stevenson, first star with 2 goals. I gave Barkov second star for getting a goal and an assist to make this a close game. I thought he had a really good game. Plus, in the face-off circle, he was excellent. And Mark Stone. Stone, that beautiful play to set up Stevenson on that second goal was fantastic. And so, yeah, those are my 3 stars. The shots on net are 12 apiece in the first, 11-7 Vegas in the second, 11-8 Florida in the third. Final shots 31-30 for Vegas. Both teams go 0 for 1 on the power play. The hits, 32-21 for Vegas. Hill saves 28 out of 30. Nice bounce back game for him. And Bobrovsky saves 28 out of 31 at the other end. So both goalies had good nights. Both teams, I thought, played well. It was a pretty wide open game. But once Vegas had that 3-0 lead, your odds of coming back and tying them are slim. Vegas is very good with the lead. So even though Florida gets those 2 goals, they just could not get it tied. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.